Welcome everyone to another interesting DSA problem which is titled as climbing stairs. So let's try to understand what is the problem statement. So you will be given n steps. So n is given. N is nothing but number of steps. N is number of steps. And there is a person who is at the bottom, that's the starting point. So he can at a time he can either climb one step or he can climb two steps. So that's how he moves. And the question is, how many ways this person can reach to the top or the nth step? So we can answer this thing in a slightly better fashion. Suppose the number of steps given is 3. For example, this is the first step, second step, third step. Okay? And how many ways he can reach to the third step? How he can reach here? As per the rule, either he can jump one step or two steps. So one possibility is that he can jump one step at a time. So this is one possibility. Or what he can do, he can initially jump two steps, from there he can take one step. Or other possibility is that he can just jump one place, then from there he can jump two steps. Then he will reach there. So basically, if n was 3 in this case, he would have reached the output, number of ways at which he can reach to his destination would be 3 in this case. And for a given n, how many ways he can reach to the top? That is the problem statement. So let's try to approach this problem using a method. So before going into that, there is a pattern associated with the problem. We just have to identify that pattern. For example, if n equal to 1, he could have simply used one step. That's the only possibility. So number of ways he could have reached the top would be 1. If n was 2, the number of ways he could reach would be 1 plus 1 or a single jump of 2. So number of ways would be 2. If the n was 3, which we have right now observed or explained here, number of ways are 1 plus 1 plus 1 or 2 plus 1 or 1 plus 2. These are number of ways are 3. Similarly, if you do n equal to 4, I am going to write it 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is one possibility, or 1 plus 1 plus 2, that is another possibility, or 1 plus 2 plus 1, or 2 plus 1 plus 1, or 2 plus 2. These are the only possibility. You can also try by yourself. So there are 5 ways he could reach the top. So there is a pattern actually. You can observe it. Whatever be the number of ways, if a given n step would be happening, that is nothing but number of ways one could reach at the n minus 1 step plus number of ways one could reach up to n minus 2 steps. You can see n equal to 4. This is nothing but number of ways for the 2 plus number of ways for the 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. Similarly, for number of ways for the 3 is nothing but number of ways for the 1 plus number of ways for the 2. 1 plus 2 equal to 3. So this is how the pattern has been emerging in this particular problem. So this is also nothing but the Fibonacci series. So we just have to utilize the logic of Fibonacci series to return the output which we want. So let's try to code it now. So class definition and everything I am going to write. Class solution and the method inside the class is nothing but, let's name it as climb stairs. What is given? N is given, that's number of step, and we have to return an integer. Integer is nothing but the number of ways, and simply you can see if n is less than or equal to 2, we can just simply return the n itself. So if n less than or equal to 2, return n. And to simulate the number of ways more than n or more than 2, we need the information of this 1 and this 2. So for that, let's use two variable. Let it be s1, we can store it as 1. s2, let it be for 2. This information is gathered from these two places, and now we are going to iterate for dash, okay, for dash in range of starting from the 3, because whatever be the less than 3, that would have already returned this n, so we don't need to consider those things here. 3 n plus 1, that means up to n, not including n plus 1, that's the meaning. Current is nothing but s1 plus s2. This will advance the series, and s1 would be replaced by s2, and s2 would be replaced by the current. And once this is over, we just have to return either s2 or current, both will work. So that's the thing. So what is the time complexity? The time complexity, since we are iterating through ones, order of n, space complexity is order of 1. I hope you understood this problem. Thank you for listening.